Hello everyone, and let's do a book talk for Love Always, Scott. So this is book number 0.5. It's a prequel novella out of a 5-book series. There's 2 novellas in this series. We have one at the beginning and one at the end. So this is the prequel novella, and this is Love Always, Scott. And this is written by AK Landow. This was published in 2023, and this is self-published. This is part of the series City of Sisterly Love. Now, when I read this book, there was no audiobook. It is told in first person, and this is an adult romance. It does get spicy. So, caution heading into this video, as I will be saying sexually explicit terminology once we get into the word usage. This edition was 153 pages. Personally, I gave it 4 stars. I found I enjoy AK Landow's work. I have since completed this entire series, and I have loved every book in this series, so I love it. Anyway, we are following Darian Kaplan and Scott Lawrence. So in book number 1, we are dealing with okay. Do you need to read this one after the series? There is a note in this that does say you need to read this. You need to read the whole series. It says this book is, let's see, where is it? Okay, it says stop. So there's a preamble. If you haven't read the entire 5-book City of Sisterly Love series, this book will make no sense to you. It also contains several spoilers for the series, so please don't ruin it for yourself by reading this before you finish the entire series. So you do need to read the whole series. So because of that, I will say, so it's a prequel, so it takes place in the events before the first book. In book number 1, which you should have read before you read this book, you will know that Scott has passed away. So this is, and then his wife, Darian, falls in love with a Mr. Knight in book number 1. This book is when Scott and Darian meet, their love story, how they fell in love, and leading up to that. So, to his passing. Okay? And that is this book. It is just how Scott and Darian met in college. They fell in love, and it goes from there. So, we have 3 POVs in this book. So, we have Cassandra, who is Darian's best friend. Her point of views are only in the prologue and the epilogue. So you only have 2 quote-unquote chapters of Cassandra's point of view. Kind of like the introduction, this is their life, you know, and then the end, this is what happens, just kind of wrapping things up. The rest of the time, we are following the points of view of Scott and Darian. In this book, Scott is 28 and Darian is 20. So you do have a little bit of an age gap, but they're both of legal age. The biggest thing in this is you have loss of a loved one. And that, having have read, especially the first book and the whole series as it does stay in this, you know that that's hanging over your head. You know it's going to happen, and it does in this book. So just, you know, be aware of that, because you're getting that in first time, and I'm not going to say any more concerning that. So it was hard to read at the end when Scott does pass. It is hard to read that. It made me cry. So that's it. So again, this is 153 pages. It's your romance, and it does get spicy. And that's pretty much all I can say without going into spoilers in this, especially where it is a novella. Do I agree that you will be confused? I don't think so. I don't think you'll be confused if you have not read the whole series. However, because the author says it, you do need to read the whole series before you go back to this one. Okay. As far as representation of this goes, it's going to be up to your imagination. So again, the content warning is death of a loved one. Representation is going to be up to your imagination. Nothing is explicitly said as far as any racial, religious, or LGBT. Nothing is ever stated, so it's your imagination. All right, in case you are still on the fence for this, which I don't know if you've read the whole series, I don't see. Well, maybe if you're kind of like, on the whole series, is the novella worth picking up, then maybe, I don't know. All right, let's get into the word usage in case there's one you want absolutely nothing to do with, although most of these words have already been in I think all of them have already been in one of the original 5 books in the series in some form or another. So, in case you're on the fence, let's continue on with the word usage. We have the word God 12 times, not in religious context. Fuck 23. Shit 8. Dick 10. Balls once. Damn 14. Pussy 5. Hell 5. Erection 5. Boobs twice. Do once. Ass 13. Turn on 5. Get off once. Asshole once. Come COME 31. Grind once. Cock 25. Hard 6. Tits 12. Nipple 12. Thrust 6. Tight 3. Wet 7. Entrance 7. Lips once. Pump 4. Clit 7. Bud once. Tip 7. Slam once. Walls twice. Erotic once. Breasts 4. Ride once. Orgasm 6. Porn once. Wood twice. Put out once. Bullshit 3. Stroke twice. Milk once. Easy once. Screw once. Get it on twice. Pound once. And badass once. That's your word usage. Now, I will also say you do have the quote-unquote third act breakup in this. I will say it does involve family and wondering if the right decision is being made. So it's not a miscommunication thing. So if you do not like the miscommunication trope, you don't need to worry about that in this book. It's very much out there. The third act breakup is explained as to the motivation of this. But that, yeah, so there is no miscommunication. And it's not like there's some big traumatic, someone cheated, or so you don't have affairs. And I know a lot of people don't like reading about books with affairs. You don't need to worry about that in this either. So that is this book. Definitely let me know if you are reading the City of Sisterly Love series. If you have or are currently reading, if you have read the City of Sisterly Love series, what did you think of it? And if you've read other books by this author, they do have, AK Landow does have other books out. Definitely let me know what you've read and if you liked it. And if you are currently reading the City of Sisterly Love series, let me know which one you are on. All right, so now I like to read the about the author. I do find it interesting. So some other books, it says also by AK Landow in the back of the book. It does list the City of Sisterly Love series, but then there are the Bells of Broad Street series. It looks like there's 3 books, at least in this. There's 3 books listed. The author does have a website. You can get signed paperback books. It does say, it says signed paperback books, aklandowauthor.com/books. So I don't have any signed books from this author. I would love to get some signed books from this author, so that's definitely something I will look into in the future. Okay, about the author. So AK Landow has a Facebook, an Instagram, a Twitter, a Goodreads, and an Amazon. So that's where you can find this author's information. I will list the author's website, and then of course with their websites they do have the links so that you can go and check out their other social medias and things like that. Okay, about the author. AK Landow lives in the USA with her husband, 3 daughters, 1 dog, and 1 cat, who was chosen because his name is Trevor. She enjoys reading, now writing, drinking copious amounts of vodka, and laughing. She's thrilled to have this new avenue to channel her perverted sense of humor. She is also of the belief that Beth Dutton is the greatest fictional character ever created. So that is about the author and about the book Love Always, Scott. Again, let me know your thoughts, where you are currently in this series, if you are reading it, or if you've read other books by this author. Definitely, please let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.